A dusty road. A man stops his car when a dirty golden dog blocks his path. It's not barking. It's just standing there, eyes wide, a torn plastic bag hanging from its mouth. But when the man reaches down to help, the dog growls, then bites his sleeve, and pulls him toward the ditch. Inside that bag was something no one was prepared to see. Stay with us until the end, because what this dog was hiding will touch your heart in ways you won't expect. James was a retired truck driver, 63 years old, widowed for over a decade. He lived alone in a small farmhouse on the edge of town. Each afternoon, he'd take long drives through back roads, not to go anywhere, but just to feel less lonely. He was kind, quiet, wore denim jackets, gray flannel shirts, and a baseball cap his wife had given him 15 years ago. He didn't expect to become anyone's hero. That day, as he rounded a bend near a field, a scrawny golden mutt ran out of the brush. Its fur was matted with dirt. It looked half-starved, but it didn't run from the car. Instead, it approached slowly, carefully, as if trying to speak with its eyes. James opened his door, thinking maybe it was lost. That's when he noticed it. The dog had a torn plastic grocery bag in its mouth. James knelt down and reached out gently to help. But the dog growled. It didn't bite, just warned him. Then it turned, grabbed his sleeve with its teeth, and tugged. At first, James hesitated. Was this a trap? Was the dog sick? But then something in its eyes told him. It wasn't asking for help for itself. He followed the dog a few steps into the tall grass. There, next to a fence post, lay the torn bag. James bent down and slowly peeked inside. His heart dropped. 2 tiny puppies. Eyes still closed. Breathing. Barely. They were wrapped in a damp rag, no food, no warmth, no chance without help. The mother whimpered softly. And James didn't think twice. James wrapped the pups in his flannel shirt. He gently picked them up and opened his car door for the mother. She hesitated, then jumped in. With trembling hands, James drove 20 miles straight to the nearest rescue shelter. No radio, no words, just the soft sound of a mother dog licking her pups in the back seat. The shelter staff were stunned. "She brought you to them?" one worker asked. "In 15 years here," said the vet, "I've never seen a stray mom trust someone like that." That night, the staff gave the mother a name, Hope. And the pups? They made it. A week later, a volunteer knocked on James's door. She carried a photo. "You're not going to believe this." Turns out, Hope had escaped a cruel backyard breeding operation 2 months earlier. Pregnant. She broke free during a storm and had been hiding ever since, surviving on scraps, waiting for someone she could trust enough to help her babies. And James? He was the first kind face she'd seen in weeks. James adopted all 3, the mother and her 2 pups. They now lived on his farm. The dogs slept on his porch, and sometimes even snuck into his bed. Neighbors who used to pass by in silence now stopped to wave. Some dropped off treats and toys. And James? He smiled more, talked more, laughed again. They say dogs can't speak, but sometimes their actions speak louder than any words ever could. This wasn't just a rescue story. It was a mother's silent plea, and a man's quiet answer. And if you thought this was the most touching story you've heard, then you haven't seen the mother dog who carried a cloth bag to a stranger. What happened next made everyone cry. Don't miss the video beside this one, because sometimes the ones we forget are the ones who save us.